Hi everyone, nice to see you all back here for part two of the workshop, virtual session. Let's do a brief recap of part one from yesterday. So we talked about why we use databases for student research. We talked about them being reliable, having reliable and accurate information, being safe and curated, and having age appropriate curriculum related content. We also went over a bit of the basic research process for grades 3 and 5 and using the three key question approach as well as using the keyword search process. We also went over and did a demo of two databases, Britannica School Elementary and Gale in Context Elementary. Before we move on, does anybody have any questions from anything that we went over yesterday? Okay, all right. So let's move on to today's portion of the workshop. So let's jump into it. Now it's your turn to explore. Time for some hands-on practice navigating the databases, and you will also work on designing a structured research task for your class. Now, refreshing from yesterday, have you thought about your current units of study and some ways you might be able to connect students in doing research to deepen their learning in those respective units? Now is your chance to put it all together. So here is some, this is our access guide for the databases. So we can keep referring to that. And here is a sort of like a guide, some guidance for designing a structured research task. Please take a few minutes or a few moments to read it over silently to yourselves. Okay. All right. And before you jump right into navigating, the databases and designing your structured research task, please take a look at the smartboard screen for a moment. And I also printed copies which are on your tables, and you may also download the digital Word version of this from the PD website if you prefer to work directly in the digital file. This is the research task planning template, which you could use whenever you want or need to plan research projects or tasks for your students. It can help you give some structure and guidance to your students as they continue learning how to be skilled researchers. The areas we covered yesterday, such as developing research questions, identifying and suggesting keywords, are all part of the template. It is also a good idea to assign just one database for students to use when conducting their research, at least initially until they gain more experience and confidence with the research process. You will also plan the learning goal or goals that you want your students to learn from this research task, as well as the format in which they will convey what they have learned. Some suggestions are listed at the bottom, but of course, be as creative as you'd like, and that's why we have the option of other there, so you can, be as creative as you'd like to be. Please also feel free to work together on a grade level research task, if that makes sense for your grade. I have set up breakout rooms by grade level in the Google Meet session in case folks want to work in grade teams. You can also work on class level research tasks, if that makes more sense for where you are, for where your class currently is in the unit. The choice is yours. Now, remember to brainstorm some ideas together and collaborate wherever possible. Okay? Now, please refer to these two slides as they are the student and teacher tools and resources which we've talked about and shared in this workshop, and which are also available on the PD website for you to access and download. So you can use them as part of your planning, and they're all available to you on the website. I'm here to support and guide in case any of you have questions or need any help on anything. And we have until 12:30 for this hands-on exploration and practice. So enjoy. Okay. Wow, time flies. It's 12:30 already. I can't wait to hear what you've planned. We all share out. Okay, yep, great. All right, and I'm afraid our session is coming to an end. So let's take 2 to 3 minutes to reflect and share your experience navigating the databases and designing your structured research tasks. Okay. How was navigating the databases with the help of the graphic organizers? Or how else could they be used? Was there anything challenging in the navigation and or search process in either or both databases? Are there any challenges that you see potentially in implementing this lesson or activity in your classroom? Okay, we're all sharing out. That is great. All right, great feedback, great insights. Thank you all for sharing all of that with us. That's just about all the time that we have before we have to get ready to go. So I want to leave you with one takeaway. Now, what is one way you could use this in your classroom next week? Okay, absolutely. Yes, fantastic. All right, great. Those are all fantastic ideas. Thank you for sharing. I'd also like to take a moment to share with you that I'm here to support and help you in implementing this in your classroom. Please refer to this slide, which is also available for you online on the PD website, for all the supports and resources currently available. You may contact me at any time. My email is there. Feel free to reach out. I'm here to support. And before we go, are there any questions on anything that we've covered today? Or is there anything that you feel maybe we didn't cover but should have? Okay. And I would also like you to take a few moments after this workshop to complete the evaluation form. I'll be sending out a link via email to all of you, but you can also access the form on this PD website. It really should take you less than 5 minutes, and I greatly value your feedback so that I can improve on how best to support you and your learning needs. Thank you all very much for your time, participation, and above all, enthusiasm. It has been a pleasure, and I look forward to continue to collaborating together. Thank you, and have a good afternoon.